Alright guys, welcome everyone, Austeris here. We just finished Zoria, Age of Shattering. Took me 60 hours to finish the whole game. And this game that I really need that natural review opinion of Sam if I would review it on Steam, right? I had my faults and ups with this game. I definitely was very disappointed about ending here. I just went through two endings, and both of them were miserable, like really anticlimactic and stuff. And we potentially missed the true ending. There was a quest, but I was just explaining before that maybe in order to get the true ending, we need to find the guy who need to decipher the Wanderer information that he gave, that a couple of stats he gave me, and for that we need to revisit every single NPC after every single, chapters, because the quest not appearing on your map, and this is such a chore. Whole game here. So the negative point about this game was it was a chore to begin with. A lot of stuff like it was just a chores to do, and I'm gonna stop like on 6 out of 10 rating for this game. 6 out of 10, more like close to 7 out of 10, but still like there's more negative stuff that positive stuff I wanted, and one thing I know for sure, the developer's still working on it. The game is improving, and my opinion right now would possibly will be higher if I revisit the game in maybe in a year or a couple of years too. Right, there was already in these past months that we played, there's already some quality of life improvements to the whole game itself, and very positive improvements. So the game is just gonna be getting better. Let me tell you all the story behind how we started this game and how it's progressed, and how my opinion changed about the game along the way. So like we started this game, we played the game on a hard difficulty, and it genuinely was hard. We started it on a release date with the release patch, which was harder. The gameplay was in initial patch was harder than it currently. They change this system, they make system better, but it's also make the game easier to play. All right. So yeah, there was a couple of fights in the beginning I just couldn't do. The fight with the golem at the beginning was very hard, and the boss of the prologue was decently hard. Took me like several tries and several tactics to execute in order to kill him. And I genuinely enjoy it, and I was like, okay, finally some tactical game that will be challenges to do, use all the consumables, everything I have in my power, all the buffs to actually fight through the hard encounters. And I was disappointed right in chapter 2 when the game, especially chapter 2, end of the chapter 2, start of chapter 3. The game became like really easy, even before they rolled a new patch that giving you free movement every time, so that solving the problem is your line of sight, which is a good patch, undoubtedly. But like I say, it's also make the game way easier than it was before, when you actually need to spend all your points to get in the position, all your action points, and then you need to carry about the line of sight, and enemy can just move away, and you lose a line of sight again, and basically leading to enemy doing some damage, but you missing the points when you can do damage with your ranged character or something. That did happen, and another thing I had a problem with is the chapter 2 just completely killed the game for me. Not only for me, it's probably for a lot of people. Alright, so like when I initially have opinion 8 out of 10 for the game, And when in chapter 2, they give me my own fortress. I'm a commander of the fortress. I mean, I have like a lot of subordinates. I can recruit more people as well. I can upgrade my fortress. That's a good concept. A part that became actually a chore to do, and you actually not in command of your own fortress, but some other guy that just giving you all the instruction what to do. Go to that mine over there, clear the mine for us. Go to the lumber mill, talk with the workers. Why I need to do this chores as a military commander? That's like the whole point of this military command, making no sense here and all. And there were so many small errands when we have the big war going, and I'm just doing some errands, helping to find a farmer a cow or whatever. That's look ridiculous, The game does have a story. The good news, the game actually does have a story, and developers that were working, and the story is solid to some degree. By presentation of the story, we could be better. Like it need to be way better. It's so plain. It's sometimes so ridiculous. Sometimes you're reading documents with a lot of like technicalities and all of this very hard technical language in that, and then you have some nonsense dialogue with main story with right after that, which is like what just this guy meant by this. Yeah, I know that the developers were not a native speakers, and neither do I. I'm okay with the English. I understand what they bring to, but it's way below the actual the language I enjoy in reading. Like reading the story. So, despite there being actual story and pretty decent to begin with, I was like very dissatisfied about the way they presented the story, and overall the flow of the story when you're doing so much errands, and the game forcing you to just run back and forth. I spent like 10 days just in Act 2 with a small map, but because there was like so many things to do on the map. It just killed the momentum for me for that great epic main story thing, which is maybe not that great and epic, but like I say, still decent. Another thing, how the game save your files, right? And so I was saying before we started this review that I was thinking the game would be harder to manage, harder to fight, enemies, and I need to manage my resources better. Like I need to use the potions, which I did extensively use the potion at the beginning of the game. I need to use the craftable, like food stuff and so. Yeah, but the moment you buff yourself with the shrines, with the food, and for whatever reason you need to reload, right? There was one moment I was fighting the boss, all the buffet and stuff. I just spent like 15 minutes to go from shrine to shrine to get the buff and crafting my food. I had some power outage here in my area, and when I reload the game, all the buff disappeared. So basically, when you reload the game, all the buffs, the game can't remember the state of your buffs at all. And in case when you get those buffs from the shrines, you need to spend another like 10-15 minutes to go around collecting those buffs. And also like the impact of the stats on your character, it's so little. Basically, we came to the conclusion that stamina was the most impactful stat because it's giving you actually quite a decent amount of health, and you need that health to take damage. Just take damage, And yeah, like I increased my stats by 100, like agility, and it's barely like I get my damage to like 5-10 points maybe out of the damage I had before. It was very disappointing. Right, the stats that govern it over your damage, and the different classes have a different stats that you need, or as you say, there's another strange thing, right? Like here I'm playing for archer, all right. Most of my stats go into agility, and there's skills that utilizes that agility as the main stats for the damage. And then there's the skill that suddenly need intelligence or maybe even strength too, and you're like, what? But okay, I guess I'm not using those skills, and because they were gonna be dealing way less damage than the stars that are gonna do agility. Maybe not that less damage, because actually we realize here later then the stars not bringing your damage to the as much as you want them to do that, which is okay. On the other hand, because we still were playing on hard difficulty, and something in the middle of Act 2, close to the end of Act 2, everything was really easy to manage, really easy to kill. And later we even get a fifth companion in our party, and it became all fight, even the last fight was so easy on a hard difficulty. Admittedly, never tried unfair difficulty. But I just imagine it will be the same story with the fight is gonna take more time, because while the enemy gonna be having more health, something like that. Maybe, and we will need to rest a little bit longer. So that's like another point. I did after the chapter 2, when we jump it again back to more fluent main story, right? I did my opinion about the game increase to 7 out of 10, right? And there was a patches that improve your game. I have a problem with inventory. I just run out of space very often and couldn't like take all the loot, and all the items they were dropping they were like really bad. You to get a good item you just need to craft it, but you get in all this recipe very late in the game, so and they're only for level 19 items, and the maximum level of the character is level 25. And we still done a decent job with level 90 items, so but basically out of the 60 hours we spend on the game, only like I play with the last my ranger item and necromancer and night warden items. We get like close to the very end of the game, which is basically 2 hour of the game we would able to use those items. Very disappointing. So. And what I was saying, like inventory management was really hard to slot everything into your bags. And then they did brought a patch, and they fixed that thing. They just move all of those consumables, all of those ingredients into separate storages, right? And you suddenly have like, way more space for only your armor and your weapon, and that was a good thing. So like I say, that game was definitely will be better from right now. I would I say 6 out of 10, but it's like more like 6 plus out of 10. I really tend to get it like more to 7. Want to give this game a 7 out of 10, but I just can't right now in its current state, especially how much of it wastes in your time. The biggest waste of the time is those special abilities that every class has, right? So, for example, the mage can build the bridges, illusionary bridges. The lancer can remove a rock formation, can witches can get access to something additional loot, and sometimes to some quest. And every party member, basically every class has its own unique abilities it can do. The priest can dispel miasma, you can and can access that can get you grant access to some hidden areas, some areas with a quest again, and so on. But because you have like 5 characters in your party only, there's so many. You just can pick up, can get a party that have like all of this necessary things you need. And what you need to run like 10 minutes back or 5 minutes back to the party chain the moment you find this something that you need to utilize, for example, Kinsman, which is I didn't have Kinsman in my party, to fix the mechanism and open a door. I need to run 5 minutes back to the party management stall, take that someone out of my party, which will also remove buffs from that guy. Another time I'm gonna pick him back. So like take the Kinsman, go back another 5 minutes, open the door, go back, change to my previous party member, and go forward again to pass through that door, only to find later that there was like, oh, we need still a mage to build a bridge over this chasm. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I need to run all the way back. So like, my opinion, this is a huge time of waste. We are gamers, we are adventurous by the nature, and we definitely want to investigate every single area in the game. So yeah, we don't want to skip like some areas because we don't have like a appropriate party member. Most of the people gonna do what I'm gonna did. Just back and forth to open that door and replace and get the party member back, the one that they preferred, they have better synergy for the party composition. And so either remove this completely, all of these party abilities, and just give us access to every areas, or put those special party management items right in front of the every single thing that gonna need you to change party members in order to open it. Yeah, this still will be a little bit of chore, but yeah, it will be better, because like this was absolutely waste of time. A lot of quests were a waste of time too. Not relevant to main story much, but not that interesting. It's some fetch quests, some kill quests, and I was very dissatisfied with them. I still done all of those. I still done all the quests I have picked up. Again, adventurous side of story. Loot is another side that I say, and I was very dissatisfied with. Most of the items I was looting were very unusable for my character. They either like very low levels, or the items they can craft will be even low level item I can craft can have significant better stats, and so on and so forth. So that's like another thing for them to fix. Give you some appropriate loot. Yeah, most of the loot I was just using, 99% of the loot I was using just to get the money, which I was spent on the fortress to upgrade my stuff. But then, like, at some point, I upgrade everything in the fortress. I don't need to spend any money anymore. And I was like, what am I gonna do with my 100k gold or something? Yeah. And that's all to say. Maybe some points I missed. I did enjoy the game, so like I did enjoy the game, and I'm definitely saying all of this, bringing all these negative points. So they maybe someone listening to me, and maybe the developers will be they're working hard on the game. They're definitely working hard on the game, and maybe some of those points will be changed in the future and make the game even better experience than I have right now, which would be the point. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for listening. Take care of yourself, stay safe, whatever you're doing, have fun with it.